To fight the inflation that all that new money caused, central banks jacked up interest rates at a historic speed. Mortgage rates literally tripled, going from under 3% to nearly 8% at their peak. This just blew up the monthly cost of a loan, and overnight it priced millions of potential buyers right out of the market. But those high rates created a second, totally unexpected problem. I mean, think about it. Why would anyone who refinanced their home at 3% want to sell it just to have to buy a new one with a mortgage at 7% or 8%? The answer is they wouldn't. And this lock-in effect, as they call it, has completely frozen the market, causing the number of available homes for sale to just plummet. But here's the thing. That pandemic shock, it only hit so hard because it landed on a system that was already broken. This wasn't just a recent thing. This is a crisis that has been brewing for decades. The scale of the problem is just immense. Right now, the United States is short somewhere between 3 and 6 million homes. That's the result of building way too little for way too long. It's created this massive imbalance between the number of people who need a place to live and the number of homes that actually exist. And you can see on this timeline, it wasn't just one thing. After the 60s, these restrictive local zoning laws started popping up everywhere, making it harder and harder to build new homes. Then, the 2008 crash just wiped out a generation of home builders, and construction never really bounced back. The 2010s actually saw the lowest level of home building in over 50 years. And a huge political force behind all this is something called NIMBYism. Not in my backyard. It's when people in a neighborhood fight against new development. They're worried about traffic or schools or changing the feel of their community. And while some of those concerns might be valid, the end result, when everyone does it, is a total chokehold on new housing supply, which just drives up prices for everybody. Now, as if low supply and high rates weren't enough, a whole new kind of buyers stormed into the market, and they had deep pockets. The whole idea of a house started to change, from being a place to live to being a financial asset, something to be traded by investors. And the size of this investor slice is just mind-boggling. In 2024, investors, we're talking big corporations and small-time landlords, bought about 1 out of every 4 homes sold in the United States. 1 in 4. They're competing directly with families, and very often, they're paying in cash. And right here, this is the direct results. A regular person saving up for a down payment simply can't compete with that wall of cash. So the dream of owning a home gets pushed further and further away. In fact, the median age